We got to talk CFP rankings. So as you see here, of course we know Ohio State was, I mean, Oregon were going to be number one. They're only unbeaten team in college football. Texas will move up from 3-2. Penn State was going to move up from 4-3. Okay. You see Notre Dame 4, Georgia 5. Ohio State went from 2-6 after their loss to Michigan. Tennessee 7, SMU 8, Indiana 9, Boise State 10. Alabama's 11. Number 12 is Miami. Ole Miss 13, South Carolina 14. Arizona State 15, Iowa State 16, 17 is Clemson, BYU, Missouri, UNLV around the top 20, then the 21-25, Illinois, Syracuse, Colorado, Army, and Memphis. Now, here's some interesting things about this ranking. So, Alabama is ranked above Miami. That's the interesting thing. Actually, that's what also ranked above Ole Miss, by the way. And if I remember correctly, Ole Miss beat Alabama, right? Or did they play? No, they ain't. They didn't play. So okay, that's what say them. So Alabama has losses to Vanderbilt, Tennessee, and Oklahoma. There's all they three losses. People are open on that Miami is currently the first one out of the CFP playoff bracket. As you can see here, the playoff bracket. Oregon, Texas, SMU, and Boise State will get the bye. Arizona State is the higher seeded Big 12 team, so they'll be in the playoffs. Then you have Penn State, Ohio State, Notre Dame, and Georgia hosting playoff games against Indiana, Alabama, Tennessee, and Arizona State. Now, people are upset because Miami is ranked 12 and they're the first team out. Well, I told you Alabama's losses. Vanderbilt, Tennessee, and Oklahoma. Well, Miami losses came against Georgia Tech, Syracuse, neither of which was ranked at the time when they beat Miami. Syracuse is now ranked at 22nd, but they weren't even ranked when they beat Miami. All right, so now you have to look at that. 2 losses, the 3 losses. Advantage, Miami. Both lost to 2 unranked teams. That evens it out. All right. Alabama has a ranked loss to Tennessee in a close battle. But let's go to the wins. Let's see. If I'm looking at this, I see a win over Florida, not ranked. Florida A&M not ranked. Ball State not ranked. South Florida not ranked. Virginia Tech not ranked. Cal not ranked. Louisville not ranked. Florida State not ranked. Duke not ranked. Wake Forest not ranked. Miami had no ranked versus ranked battles throughout the entire schedule. Not one. Now, one team they played was ranked throughout the entire season when they played that team. If I was to go to Alabama's schedule, they beat Georgia when Georgia was the second ranked team in the country. They lost to 11 ranked Tennessee at the time. They beat 21st ranked Memphis. They beat 15 ranked LSU at the time. So they beat LSU. They beat Missouri. They beat Georgia. That's 3 ranked team. That's 3 ranked wins. 3 ranked wins. And they lost 1. That advantage goes to Alabama. Now, so we got 1 advantage for Miami. We got 1 advantage for Alabama. So, how do we settle this little tiebreaker that I'm doing too? Well, how do you view the Atlantic Coast Conference? How do you view the Southeastern Conference? Everybody will say that the SEC is better than the ACC. Now, but you understand a 3-loss team being ranked above a 2-loss team. Well, all conferences ain't created equal. If you think about it. And then if you're gonna put in resume, Miami's resume don't match it with Alabama's resume. Despite the fact Alabama has 3 losses. It just doesn't. Miami has played nobody ranked when they played them. Syracuse is only ranked because they beat Miami. Think about that. Alabama has played 4 ranked opponents, and they are 3-1 in those games. 3-1 in ranked versus ranked matchups. 3-1. That holds a lot of weight, including a top 5 win over then number 2 Georgia. Now that we got that cleared up, let's do SEC versus SEC. Let's do Alabama and Ole Miss. So everything I said about Alabama, keep it. Let's go to Ole Miss. Let's see the Ole Miss. Okay, Ole Miss. I see a loss to Kentucky, and that was at Oxford, by the way. So that hurts. I see a loss at LSU. Okay. And I see a loss at Florida. That's 3 losses. 2 unranked losses and a ranked loss. So you even with Alabama in that regard as well. Now let's see. You have a win over South Carolina. Wasn't ranked. You have a win over Georgia, who was ranked number 3 at the time. You have 1 ranked win. You played in 2 ranked games if you're Ole Miss and Lane Kiffin. You played in 2 ranked games and you 1-1. Alabama played in 4 and they 3-1. We're talking resume here. If you listen to what the chairman has been saying week after week when they do these rankings, eye test, resume, who you played, how you played, the result, all that. So when you look at it, you lost at home to Kentucky. You don't think that you don't think that hurt it, Ole Miss? You lost at LSU. We can forgive you for that. You lost at Florida. A Florida team that was down and out until they knocked off LSU. So you knew coming in they was feeling good about themselves because they just beat a ranked team. And then you come in there and you was ranked 9th at the time. You was a top 10 team and you lost to Florida. But we talking resumes. Where's the discussion at? Let's really have a discussion here. We want to talk resumes between Alabama, Miami, and Ole Miss. Because like I said, with Alabama, they beat number 2 Georgia. That was at home. They lost at number 11 Tennessee. They beat Ole Miss at home. I mean, they beat Missouri at home. They went to the same place that Ole Miss lost at. The very same place to that very same team. Alabama went there and beat them. Just saying. If we want to talk resume and what we see, Alabama has a point. I can't deny it. They have a point. Does it look good? No, it doesn't. Hell, Ole Miss didn't look good. Hell, Miami blew a 21-point lead at Syracuse. They escaped Virginia Tech. They escaped Cal, and they was like down 28 in that game. You can't see. This is what we do. We try to down one team because we can't stand seeing them, and we hate seeing them so goddamn much, like Alabama. That we mad about Miami not getting in because did you not see that defense? Did you not see how easy it was to score on Miami? Let me give you Miami games right here. So, okay, we're talking 41-17 over Florida. We're talking 38-34 against Virginia Tech at Virginia Tech, 39-38 against Cal, 52-45 against Louisville. Okay, you beat the brakes off Florida State 36-14. 53-31 against Duke. You lost 23-28 against Georgia Tech. You beat Wake Forest 42-14, and then you got beat by Syracuse 42-38. Look at me. You have given up 30 points. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You have given up 30 points in 5 games. That defense is not good at all. You can score 30 points on this defense. Like, let's be for real here. We're looking at Alabama. How many times they gave up 30? They gave up 30 to Georgia. That was a dub. They gave up 30 to Vanderbilt and a loss. They only gave up 30 points twice. One team can play defense, the other team can't play defense. Now, one team does have Cam Ward. The other team has Jalen Merrill. I would take Cam Ward over Jalen Merrill. If we're gonna keep it a buck. But when we talking the total package, the total resume, there's a lot of y'all that's not picking Miami to win that game. Because y'all know that defense is terrible. That defense give up 30 points like it's cotton candy around here. It just wouldn't work. Okay. So I gotta say, the committee, you just might have got this one right. There's an argument to be made. Now, South Carolina can be an argument too, because South Carolina has been balling, but they probably just a little too late to the party. So that was the rankings. Here's your playoff bracket.